What happened to your finger?
I sliced it open with a knife. Yeah.
Did you get stitches?
Nah, I don't do hospitals. I just put it back together, some super glue and things like that. It's good now.
Wow. Well, that's a good intro, actually.
What were you cutting? Just ignore that question.
We have Amit, CEO, founder of Cobra Concept. You guys already know. And today we have Jay. We're going to call you Jay for very specific reasons.
Yep.
And Jay, you are anonymous today because of your line of work, and you are a private investigator.
Yep.
You're licensed.
Mm-hmm.
How many years of experience do you have?
I have 5 now, going on 6.
Wow. So you have 5-6 years of experience, and you've helped many people. You helped their lives throughout your career.
Mm-hmm.
How did you meet Jay?
Remind me?
Me and I known each other for almost 15 years, even more.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's got to be at least 15.
Yeah, was it 2007, 2008?
Yeah. I believe we met in intensive reading.
Yeah, man. I could say the reason why I started hanging out with you. I drew a picture. I remember I drew a picture inside a book. And it was our intensive reading teacher we hated, so I drew a picture of the teacher. And Amit goes over, and he draws Osama bin Laden with a shotgun, blowing her up. And then I'm like, you know what? There's something about this kid that I should probably start talking to, you know?
That is true.
I'm just sitting here
Now I
like,
remember.
The last thing, and then the teacher came up behind right when he was like, and then Hitler comes in, and all of a sudden he closes the book.
Mind you, I'm Jewish.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, that's a good way of meeting each other.
yeah, no,
So-
we've been tight ever since.
Man, we were kids, man. It's crazy,
Mm.
crazy. We were kids. I mean,
15
I
years.
remember. I remember you guys as kids, actually. I've known you guys for so long.
Yeah, and just me coming in here, hearing about more news from you, I'm like, damn, man, I'm feeling old.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I have a whole ass kid now.
Yeah, whole ass kid. That's exactly. Yeah.
shit.
But yo, dude, man, you look good, dude. Every time I know I don't see you for periods of time, and every time I see you, you got something else going on, you know, which is good.
Hey, bro. It's life, bro. Moving
yeah.
forward and getting shit done.
So, Jay, for those who don't know what a private investigator is, what is it? What do you do?
Well, basically, a private investigator is basically, you know, it's like what I would like to say is like more like a glorified citizen in a way, which is weird. We just have we have a different set of laws that we have to go by. When people, I would have to say, depending on what they need to investigate, they can't always go to the police, or sometimes just easier to pay somebody separately. You can go from, say, insurance and infidelity, all the way out to like even kidnapping at that point. Yeah. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because for me, when I think of private investigators, I immediately think husband, wife, trying to find out if their spouse is cheating on them. So is that is that the most cases that you get, or is there anything that's common as well?
Well, for me, I kind of started off more like insurance.
Okay.
You know, and it kind of just opened the door for me to kind of branch out to the other ones. When I did infidelity, there's one thing I learned is girls are easily smarter when it comes to cheating
Oh, they're vicious.
than guys.
Oh my
Because
God.
dudes will just pull up to his house and just put his car in the driveway, and all of a sudden, like, all his wife's got to do is just pull up and be like, he's in there. You know what I mean? Girls, they'll take like a bus, you know, a plane, a train, whatever it is. They try to like, you know what I'm saying, like cover their tracks. They're like sweeping up their footprints. You know what I mean? Like
How do you
there's,
catch these hoes?
it's a little harder, but yeah, eventually I do. Like once I start to kind of catch a pattern.
Damn,
you know what I mean?
even a private investigator can't catch these hoes.
Well, he does, but it takes longer.
Dude, god damn, bro. I don't trust nobody.
So wait, doing what you do, did you lose trust in people a little bit, knowing
yeah.
how sneaky they are?
Oh yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and like especially when I'm hanging out with groups of people and they're saying shit, I know who's lying, so I just go with whatever they say, just go along with it. But I take a mental note and I just choose not to hang out with them later.
Oh wow, what a skill! I'm gonna carry you around with me so you can tell me who the hell's a liar.
I can help with that.
I got a list of people you
Yeah,
should stalk.
I was gonna say I have a list.
Just send me the list. Let me take a look at their Instagram profile. I can already tell if they're full of shit.
So I want to know what licenses or certifications are required to be a PI.
Okay, well, it depends. Out here in Florida is a little different. Like,
Okay.
I'll say, because I started out in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so in New Jersey, basically all you need is an agency to sponsor you, and, you know, you can just go straight to work, you know, and then when you move out here to Florida, you need at least 1 year, like, if you come from another state, you need at least 1 year from another state, if not, like, and actually, the 1 year plus, like an associate's or bachelor's, or whatever it is, like education, and then you can get your C license.
Okay.
But if you don't have that, you have to get a CC license. Basically, you have to get an agency out here to sponsor you, but you have a little more restrictions, you know, like you have to work within 50 miles, things like that.
And how did you decide on becoming a PI?
I think around like 2018, I think I was working some criminal justice jobs out up north, and then my you know, I was just looking for, you know, out there in New Jersey economy, it's like, you know, it's a little harder to get work, you know, because you got to know somebody, and like I don't really know a lot of people out there, so it's not like I was able to, you know, get the best job. Then my brother called me up and he said, yo, you should really take a look at this PI stuff. You know, like, I know how you work. I know you're in this. I know how you are with people. You should really take a look at it. So I just said, fuck it. All right, let me take a look. And then I called a couple of agencies. Literally nobody in New Jersey wanted to hire me. And one place out in Texas said, yeah, we'll take you.
Oh, wow. In Texas. Did you have to go to Texas?
Yeah. I was out there for about a month. And I basically, like, they trained me for a whole month. And then afterwards, when I went back to New Jersey, I had to kind of shadow somebody, and I just learned from there.
Yeah.
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 Does it shock you that he's a private investigator, being that you were childhood friends?
Well, me and him literally grew up together, and, you know, at some point, I think he went to the Navy, it was, and then he just kind of moved, and we just kind of spoke on the phone. I met him up in New York when I was in New York. Got some drinks, some $1 pizza. Got some stories there.
Yeah, and 2 bros. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
I just
happened?
showed you
Whatever
this
happens
stuff.
in New York stays in New York type of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have the
Yeah,
photo.
it was fun, dude.
Yeah.
I sent you a photo last year.
Oh yeah, it was
Remember
fun. We went to like a museum.
No,
like,
we went to Ripley's, believe it or not.
We were literally throwed too. We walked in this museum
fucking
like
plastered.
trashed. I was high as shit. I was
It's
drunk.
the thing. Anybody goes out to Manhattan, you know, like there's a spot. It's Dallas BBQ. You know, that's the spot. You get a drink out there, it's like you're guaranteed to feel it the whole night. You know what I mean? So right when we stepped out, that's when we jumped into Ripley's, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I have videos and photos of that night, man. It was fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Not-
Have you heard of Rudy's? I'm sorry, it's a dive bar in the city.
I've heard of Rudy's,
I've
but I
heard of
never
it,
actually
too.
went out there.
So my husband and I, we found this place. It's called Rudy's, and for every drink you buy, you get a free hot dog.
What?
Yeah,
We're going to Rudy's.
I know. It's pretty awesome.
Man, I could have saved a lot of money out there.
Yeah. The pizza was good though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, freaking dollar pizza.
But yeah, this kid goes, moves to New Jersey. Obviously.
We kept in touch, man.
Yeah, we kept in touch. He moves back, comes back with a wife and a bunch of tattoos. And I'm like, what?
Well, you could say the same about yourself. I mean, minus the wife.
Yeah, minus the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I just keep thinking about that. Like, I didn't expect to come back here so soon, but it was actually better because, like, especially with the way things were going out in New Jersey, I think it was a lot better to come back here to Florida.
Yeah.
I don't think, if I'm being honest, I don't think I would have done well during, like, COVID, during the shutdowns. Because
Yeah.
at least Florida, I still managed to find a way to get some work.
Yeah.
I was calling my friends out there. They're like, nah, they're not letting anybody work.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
For all the people out there that are shitting on Florida for being open, that was important for people who needed work.
Yeah, and my friends actually, a few of them actually moved down here for like a period of time just so they can work.
Yeah.
Which said a lot. It spoke
A lot
volumes.
of people from New York came down here. It was
Yeah.
like a sea of people that came down here during COVID.
Yo, I noticed because I'd be out in Fort Lauderdale and I'm driving by during the Bills game, and there'll be more Bills fans than Dolphins fans.
Oh, yeah.
Surprised as shit. I was like, what the hell? Like, I never seen a sea of red and blue before like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
it's
what do you
swarming.
enjoy about being a PI? Like, what's your favorite part?
If I'm being honest, well, one, I made a lot of friends throughout the way. I've ran into people from different areas of criminal justice. Like, it's almost like the best way I could say it is like every criminal justice job is different. Every criminal justice job is the same, you know. So I made tons of friends out there, and we all would share our stories. And you know, there have been some hilarious moments. There have been bad, like brutal moments, and I feel like my favorite thing is just being able to see things that not everyone gets the chance to see. It gives me a different perspective on life.
So that goes into my next question. What's your least favorite? You said you had some brutal moments.
Yeah.
So what's the least favorite part about your job?
If I had to have to say, probably the odd hours and you know, having to hold back from breaking a couple of people's necks, because the stuff you find out and see from people, you're just like, yo, this dude needs an ass whooping. You know what I mean?
And then you also have to reveal the truth to spouses and other people that are, you know.
Yeah, spouses. I remember I had a brutal case. I don't know if you guys. I guess I'll just share the story.
Yeah. Feel free. Yeah.
There was a brutal thing. I was working out in West Florida, and I was like a family member had hired me to go find out if this father was like physically abusing his daughter, and I guess they just wanted to look into it. So when I did, I met up with him at the bar. You know, he didn't know who I was. I kind of became, you know, befriended him, and after 3 days, we were just talking back and forth. I made him real comfortable, and this part still kind of gets to me, but I found out he offered his 9-year-old daughter up for sex
Oh my God.
for $1,000, 30 minutes. And you gotta learn how to hold back.
Yeah,
You know
like
what I
I'm
mean?
shocked right now.
Especially if you have kids, that's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. And you had to go back and tell the mom.
Yeah.
The girl's
Well, no, it was-
mother.
Actually, the mother passed away. It was the mother's side of the family wanted to know what was going on.
I hope to God they got custody of that little girl.
I didn't. Once I sent the information in, I had to just walk away from it, you know, because I had to like keep in
Right.
character. You know what I mean? So I was saying things that I would never say. It was brutal.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. That is tough because you
But that
have to
was-
really be undercover and really try to find this out by being a person you don't want to be.
Yeah, and that goes into the, you know, wanting to break a couple people's heads on the job.
Yeah.
It all goes into that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, it's pretty nuts.
Oh wow, this got really heavy.
I mean, that's the job, and that's not. I bet they're out. People like that are out there everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, there's. Sick,
Oh yeah, that's just one case.
Yeah.
There's sick fucks everywhere. So.
But that's where you're kind of a hero because you are exposing these people.
I mean, I appreciate it. I realized, like, especially in criminal justice, like, when I started out, I wanted to, like, help everybody. But I realized I can't do that. You'll go crazy trying to think of who you can't help. You just have to help one person at a time.
Yeah.
Oh.
So obviously, not everyone can do what you do. I think it takes a certain personality.
Yeah.
What do you think are the personality traits that are needed and are important to succeed in this line of work?
If I would have to say, probably, you know, early on, some people, you know, you probably know a couple people like that early on. They're able to sniff out bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That definitely helps.
So being intuitive.
Yep. You have to be able to, like, you know, you have to have some type of interest, like, in, like, that field in general. Or you catch it early on, you know. For me, I started with forensics, you know what I mean? When I was in college, I was doing crime scene, and I started, you know, I wanted to jump in from there after watching Forensics Files and all these shows. I've been watching Law & Order for a while, so some people can kind of see that prior. And to be honest, to be a PI, a lot of people, like me and the other PIs, we discuss this a lot, but we say the best PIs are actually women.
Really?
Yeah, it's because women are able to blend into a lot of areas better than guys can. You know, if a girl's in an area where she, you know, seems like she's not, you know, she doesn't belong in, people won't go up and start issues a lot of times. You know what I mean? They'll just walk by and think maybe she's lost. You know, they don't want to start anything. And girls also have the ability to sniff out bullshit. I mean, I think we all kind of know that.
Yeah.
Saying you ever tried lying to a girl before? It's not easy.
Yeah.
You go into like a rabbit
That's
hole
true.
of lies because she'll ask like, okay, you know, so you were out there? Okay, who are you with? Okay, what time did you
real
get there?
quick,
Oh,
they hit you
ate
with
what
that
you-
21 questions.
Also,
They
you gotta,
got the
like-
next question ready for you.
Exactly. And that's, once you fumble once, she just
Oh, man.
walks away. She's like, I'm done. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
girls, being a
Nah,
PI, like,
they wait till they got that hard evidence, dog.
yeah,
They know.
I insist on girls, if they're looking for a career kind of criminal justice, they don't know what to do. I say do PI work because y'all are the best.
Oh yeah, FBI agent.
That's
Easy.
awesome.
Every girl's like a natural FBI agent.
Yeah,
Natural.
that's what it is. And if you're dating, and
They
if
be
you're,
investigating.
Guys come
everything.
home, they're like,
I
"What's
come-
that smell?"
I come home and like, yo, I see you like that picture on Instagram.
yeah, oh my God, yeah.
I see. you
Oh,
like
they
that.
know everything you
I mean,
do on
yo,
Instagram.
I like that picture
That's it.
like 5 weeks ago.
They're collecting likes.
Yeah, no, and sometimes they won't even, if you lie, they won't even, they won't even tell you ahead of time. They'll just wait and just watch you continue lying for a while before addressing it to you, and all of a sudden be like,
This,
Alright.
this, and that.
and just, like it's like when you're in a car accident, all of those lights come on. It's exactly what happens all at once.
Girls are
Like a
scary.
deer in
Yeah, it
headlights.
can be pretty scary. Being saying on the job though, but at the same time, it's usually women who almost blow my cover every single time.
Oh.
And when I mean women, I mean Karens. They will, if you are out of
They'll
place,
end
they'll
you.
come up to you. They will straight up come up to you and like
Dude.
start asking you questions immediately. You're just like, yo, get out of here. Like,
Yeah, I got a
move.
couple of clients. I train them in like some neighborhoods. They'll take me to their neighborhoods, clubhouses and stuff. And dude, the amount of Karens on the boards in those neighborhoods, they're like, "Oh, you're a personal trainer. You gotta sign up, this and that." Dude,
All that extra stuff.
I hate those types of girls, bro. They're just out to get us, bro.
But they would be good PIs.
Yeah, yeah, they would be, but they, if
Karens, bro. Karens.
But Karens are Karens. They're awful.
yeah, but I do have to say though, it's like me being on the job in general. I run into a lot of people, but I have to say usually the police will because they once you pull out your license and show them your ID, your badge, like they'll leave you alone. As long as you're
Yeah.
not doing anything that's like breaking the law, you're fine. Because even if you technically do have the license to be working, but
Yeah.
if you're doing something you're not supposed to, they'll stop you. But I've dealt with my fair share of rough cops.
So, as a PI, because I know in Florida you're not allowed to record or film people in when they're expecting privacy.
Yeah, it's
Are PIs allowed to?
Well, it kind of depends. It's a reasonable expectation of privacy. So,
Okay.
for instance, if you have a chain link fence around your house, and anybody could just pull up and see you hanging out, then you can record all you want.
Okay.
But it's like if you have like the wooden fence that kind of goes up like 6-7 feet, and then you go over and like you film over the fence, then that's kind of like you can't
So
do
even PIs can't really
Yeah, like-
film or record. I mean,
yeah, I've had supervisors and higher ups try to get me to, still do that, and I tell them straight up no. It's like
Yeah.
I mean even so just 'cause someone's above you, if they're doing something like that, trying to tell you to purposely break the law, I just avoid it.
Yeah.
do you guys hear that in the mics?
Yeah, here a little bit. It's all good.
Should we continue or wait it out?
Yeah,
Wait a
it's
second.
okay. It's fine.
So I think too many people are afraid to ask this question, but how many people you think cheat on their partners or spouses?
I think it depends.
I mean, that's his job. He's only dealing with like people
I
who
know.
are suspicious.
from what I've
From what he's
investigated,
seen.
From what I've seen, it's kind
Were
of
all your cases like, if someone said, "Oh, can you investigate?" Did all of them end up cheating?
I probably have to say maybe 70% of it,
Oh, okay.
80%
Okay.
around there.
And the
you
ones
know?
and some of them were just wrong.
Yeah, it was just like a
Suspicion.
it usually was like a husband who was just going over the top. You know what I mean? And actually come to
So
find
the
out
men
that,
were wrong, the women were right.
yeah, but it was insane. It was like 20-30% though.
Okay.
But if I have to say though, it depends on the age, the age range. You know what I mean? And usually I'm not really getting hired out by like a 20-year-old trying to see what's going on with their boyfriend. I've had somebody do that before, so yeah, my ex-boyfriend cheated on me. Can you investigate him? I'm like, no.
Okay.
Y'all are done. What's the whole point?
So you don't take cases like that.
Yeah, not when it comes to
It's
something like
too-
that. It's a
That
waste of
makes
time.
sense.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah, because at that
I
point,
bet you it's a girl that hired you.
it was a girl that wanted
Girls,
me.
girls are crazy.
What's a
bro.
20-year-old girl
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
investigating her boyfriend
That's
like
what
that?
I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
Girls are crazy.
Yeah, it's
bro.
like at that point, it's harassment at this point. You're like, you want
Yeah.
me to follow this guy who you broke up with, that you're no longer with,
Oh,
Just to-
no longer
That's-
with?
Yeah, she just wanted me to
Yo.
find out what he's doing just so she can watch him. And
Oh,
I'm like,
that's obsessive.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
exactly, obsessive. I
Yeah.
can sniff
You
that
should,
out.
you should go and tell him, bro, and be like, yo, get a restraining order.
Yeah. But like, here's another thing too. It's like I always look into somebody before I do any work for them, and that's an important thing on the job because it's like, you know, someone could hire you for something, and come to find out, like they're up to no good.
They're trying
You
to
know?
frame somebody
Yeah, do
or
something, yeah. And like
Yeah.
I remember I was doing this. I remember this guy came up to me he wanted me to do a case for him. He said, you know, my ex-wife, she ran off with a kid. You know, I don't know where they are. I want to get custody and all this stuff. Okay. And I said, okay, well, you know, is there anything I should know about ahead of time? I made sure I asked him, and he said, no. I'm like, do you have a criminal record? He's like, no. You know, and I said, okay, just give me your information. I looked him up. I was literally in the same place as him when I was doing that. I looked all of his information up. He does have a criminal record, which I'm like, that's already a red flag.
Yeah.
But I went back up to him and I said, I asked you if there's anything you should tell me. I'm going to ask you again, is there anything you should tell me? He's like, no, I promise. I said, okay. I looked up your criminal record.
Is he dumb? It's just public.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And you're hiring a PI. The PI is gonna know.
Yeah, I said, what about this violent stalking charge you have? You know what I mean? There might be a reason why she's trying to run off with the kid.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, yeah, I mean, you want to go through the proper channels, but like, there's,
So you got to go through a lot of like
Lot of-
people, a
yeah.
lot of people who are just like unreasonable. And
That's
weird.
really honorable because you don't just do the job to do the job. You do the
Yeah,
job
like-
for the right reasons.
yeah, I would feel bad if like all
Yeah,
of a
that
sudden I
makes sense.
locate them and all of a sudden come to find, I hear some story where like, you know, he ends up like going up to them and shooting them or something. I would feel terrible about that, you know?
Oh yeah, there's definitely got to be some regulations around being.
And there's some real
that
evil
line
in
of
this
work.
world.
Yeah. Sure, you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen a good amount of it. Aside from the PI work and
Mm-hmm.
the other criminal justice stuff I was doing, I've seen a good amount of it.
Yeah, I think everyone's seen the ugly side of life in different ways.
Yeah, in different ways. Yeah, definitely.
In different ways, for sure.
Yeah, so it's like once you get used to it, you know, it's like you just want to try to find a way to avoid it the best you can. You know, same thing with like not going too crazy about it. You know,
Yeah.
So, what do you wish you knew before starting this job?
the the odd hours, that's a big one.
Yeah. So you thought it would be more flexible?
Yeah, I thought it would be a little more flexible. I mean, it's flexible enough, but sometimes it's like you gotta go from, you know, you gotta start work at 6 in the morning and all the way till like sometimes like 6 p.m. and then
Oh,
sometimes
wow.
or sometimes you start at like 12 p.m. all the way till midnight. Then you have work the next day at 6 a.m. You know, so you gotta.
Do you ever do any overnight?
Yeah, that's usually where I have to go to like the bars and stuff and like, you
Oh,
know,
wow.
befriend somebody. Then I'll try my best to
The
block out.
bars. And
Yeah.
this guy's like on some movie shit.
Hence the mask.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be good at that.
Yeah, believe it or not, a lot of
You
this,
would be.
believe it or not, like there's a TV show that I was watching that, you know, my brother came up to me and said, hey, you never know if the stuff you learn on this TV show could actually really help you out, you know? And I'm like, well, I mean,
It really
it's
does,
show's not, you know, not legit. You've seen CSI. It's not a bunch of crime scene investigators aren't running around with guns around the city.
Yeah.
But like he told me to watch Burn Notice, and Burn Notice, there's some legit stuff and good ways to work this job on there. You know what I mean? Because do you guys know about the show?
Yeah, I've seen it.
No,
Yeah, so
but I
like-
love CSI.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Burn
You're like
Notice. the former-
studying. You're like literally studying. Like it's cool.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
and like I've actually used that excuse to low key. I'll say it. I found a way to, you know, get into somebody's house because I was like, I needed to see the inside of the house, you know. But like this was somewhat off the record, so.
Always
I
doing
was
some
I was wearing
sketch.
joggers, something similar to what I'm wearing now, and I see you know, the person I suspected looking for, like he steps out of his house and he's flagging his friend to come in, and you know, his friend was backing in the driveway, and I quickly start running, and like I kind of milked it, like, you know, the Miami Heat. I kind of like hit the side of his car and I fell over, and like, you know, I found a way. I was just walking up, like I got in the guy's face, being like, "Are you fucking serious? Fuck, you hit me, man! This is bullshit." I just walked into the house. I was just saying, "Man, I need to use your phone. I think mine broke. I gotta call my girlfriend." And I was able to see what I was looking for. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And they
that's
used that. They used something
great.
similar to that on the show, and I was just remembering that scene. I'm like, I gotta just do it. You know what I mean? It's
Damn.
my only chance.
That's actually really cool.
So
That's
wait,
a really cool
you,
story.
You just hit the car and fell
Yeah,
over.
it was like less than 10 miles an hour, but it's just like I like bumped into it and I fell over, and I was like, I flipped over. I was like, what the fuck? Man, I think I broke something, you know? You gotta really sell it.
That's
you know
some
what I mean?
acting skills.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen the way LeBron does it. I studied him too.
That's what's up. I can imagine you doing that.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that show was gold.
So last question. Is there anything you want people to know if they are trying to pursue becoming a PI? What is one thing, if you had to tell them, you would tell them right now?
If you're gonna do it, like, test the waters, and if you enjoy it, keep going. Just keep going. But if you feel like this isn't for you, don't be afraid to get out of it. Because like, I know people on this job that actually were like starting to go crazy. How like the ridiculous stuff they were doing, like seeing all that, and it's like they wish they never did it, and they had an opportunity to get out, they just stayed in. And that goes for every other field in criminal justice. Same thing with police, corrections, and all these different areas. Like it's the same thing. It's like if it's not for you, don't be afraid to step out.
Yeah, that's nice, and that's good advice.
Run away while you can.
Yeah. Amit, is there anything else you want to say?
I don't know.
Is something you were trying to tell me these 15 years?
Is there one thing you want to tell Jay right now that you've never told him before?
He knows everything.
I call my boy up a lot, see how he's doing. I don't talk to him for a while, at least I got to see how he's doing.
He literally knows everything. I mean, he's like one of those like.
He's a PI. Hello.
OG homies.
Yeah, I've known you in like on multiple stages of life, and regardless, when I talk to you, it always feels like we're back in like middle school.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're like a real friend. Because those people, time goes by, it's kind of awkward again, like talking to them after so long. But when it's comfortable right away, you're that's a real friend.
Nobody sees you like how your longtime friends see you.
Yeah.
Because they like know like you're dumbass.
When I call you up, you're more animated than normal. Yeah. Like, how you doing? You start making jokes on the phone. You're laughing brutally. Like we've been saying the weirdest jokes for the longest time.
And also the memories, dude.
Yeah.
The memories. I mean, remember that Dine and Dash?
Oh no.
It was somewhat of a dine and dash. Yeah, it's like we were young. We didn't have
We had our bikes outside the restaurant. We just straight up like ate some mozzarella sticks and dipped out.
Oh my God.
And that waitress was like.
We were convinced she was hunting us down.
We were convinced she was running behind us.
Yeah, running after the $2 tip if you can get, It's brutal. But yeah, man, years of memories, dude. I'm glad. And I never said this before, but I was glad you at least came to visit when I was living out in New York, man. I was like, I definitely needed that. I needed to see somebody I knew back in Florida.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Not a lot of people. I know. I have other homies out in New York, and they don't like. I'll be out there, and they don't come see me. So, he's like one of those people who just like. You hit him up, and it's a go, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
It's like family.
Yeah. Anytime, brother.
That broken ass finger.